this video we'll be covering everything you should know and do in order to apply to go on a pilgrimage to Sri Kartarpur Sahib, Pakistan. So there are 3 steps that we need to take in order to book our slot for Kartarpur Sahib. Step number 1, making an online application. In a minute, I'll be showing you or taking you through the complete process of making the application. I'll be sharing my screen and taking you through every single step. But before that, there are some prerequisites or the documents that you need to keep ready so that you can fill the application completely in less than 10 minutes. So here are the documents or items that you need to keep ready. First, passport. Second, a scanned copy of a passport size photograph. Third, scanned copies of the first as well as last pages of the passport separately. Fourth, Aadhaar card number. Fifth, PAN number. Sixth, your blood group. And last, the nearest police station address to your current residence. So now that we know what all documents are required, and please to keep those documents ready for the purpose of making an application. Now let's actually see how the application can be made. So here we are on the computer screen and the entire application process is online. So go to Google and type Prakash Parb. And the first result that you see, prakashparb550.mha.gov.in, this is the official website where you need to make the application. Let's click on this. And here's the home screen, and 550 here represents the 550th anniversary of Sri Guru Nanak, which was in the year of 2019, and it's the same year when the Pakistani government agreed to open Kartarpur corridor for Indians. So that's the reason we have 550 here. So in this video, we'll be covering the online application process. So you see there are multiple tabs here which we can cover later. But for the purpose of online application, we have to click either on this apply online or the apply online tab here. Let me click on either of this. It will go to the same place. So 2 options here, Indian passport holders or OCI card holders. So for our case, we are an Indian passport holder. I'll select that. Then let me hypothetically choose 19 January and then it shows up whether it is available, whether the slot is available for the next 7 days. So as per the information, 5,000 Indians or people from India are allowed to visit Kartarpur every single day. There is no day off, all 7 days it's open. So, but the only thing to notice is that you need to apply at least 14 days prior to the date that you intend to travel. So let's say I choose 19th of January 23. I'll click on continue. In the next screen here, it's asking for basic passport related details. Of course, I'll be using some proxy names and proxy passport numbers, but when you guys are making the application, please make sure that all the details are spelled exactly as it is written in passport, because it will be compared for police verification and also at immigration. So select the passport type you have. Most of us have ordinary, so I'll select that. Then I'll add temporary passport number for the sake of this video. Date of issue, let's say I'll select 20th, and expiry is usually 10 years later. I'll select 2032. Then place of issue, I'll select Coimbatore. Name as given in the passport, please make sure you type this exactly same as what you have there. Name of the father, let me type something. Gender, as the case may be. Captcha is case sensitive, please make sure that you type it exactly as per the small case or uppercase. So the thing you notice in the second screen is the temporary file number that has been created. Please do make a note of this, because the application gets saved automatically, and if you're unable to complete the entire application in one go, then you can always come back, use the temporary file number and continue it from there. You'll see that the details that I filled in the previous page are also appearing here, and they have grayed out. Let's fill the additional details that they have requested here. Pin code, please give your valued pin code. I'm giving some random thing here. Next, again it's saved. In this window, the first thing you notice whether resident in India or not, please give as per your case. Aadhaar number and PAN card number. You'll see that there is no star mark against these two, so it is not mandatory to provide your Aadhaar and PAN card number. However, I do suggest that you provide it here, because in the next step where the police verification will happen, it will be very easy for them to compare your original Aadhaar versus the Aadhaar number that is given in the application form. So it's not mandatory, but I do suggest you add it here. And then it's asking whether your current address is same as what is in the passport. So one important thing to notice here is, let's say you have your permanent residence elsewhere and you're temporarily living in a different city for work, or in the same city in a different place. So please make sure you give the address of the place that you're currently living, because when my police verification happened, these are the questions they repeatedly ask, whether if I'm staying in the same place of my passport address. Of course, in my case, I do stay in the same place, so it was easy. But if you are in a rented place, make sure you give the rented place's address and also a copy of your rent agreement to prove that you are staying at that place. And, knowing the blood group is absolutely important, because it's a compulsory field here. Please do not fake it. Give your valid blood group, so that in case of any emergency, it will be easier for them to track. Mobile number, please give your valid mobile number, because SMS of whether things have been registered or not, you will get it on SMS. So it's important you give your valid mobile number, and also for the purpose of police verification. And a few other not so important details, but they've asked for. Please fill it. Relatives in Pakistan, most of us will not have. Please select yes or no, as the case may be. Ever visited Pakistan before? I have not visited. I'll click no, save and continue. And then few other criminal history related details. Please read through and select as the case may be. For me, it is all no, so I'll click on no and click save and continue again. And then finally, some undertaking. Please read through. It's very simple. Click on I agree, click save and continue. Again, in this sheet, it is a repetition of all the details you have filled so far. Please make sure you go through each and everything, because once you submit, nothing can be edited. So please make sure you go through the entire sheet and everything is according to your passport and everything is correct. So I'll click on submit. So here it says, do you want to submit? And no changes will be allowed if you do. I'll click OK. And once this is done, finally we reach the screen where we need to upload the scanned copies of our photograph and passport. So here's the sheet. So you choose the photo. Please make sure your scanned copy is in the same device that you're using for application. Select the photo, click save and continue. I'm not going to do it any further from here, because I don't want to submit it. And once submitted, you'll receive an SMS on your valid mobile number that your temporary registration has been completed. After that, the police verification will happen, and 4 to 5 days before the intended date of travel, you will get the final confirmation that you are eligible to visit Kartarpur. So as soon as you complete your application, you'll receive an SMS as well as an email saying that you have completed the application, but it is a temporary application and subject to police verification, and a final confirmation will be sent later on. For the time being, if you want to download the temporary registration, then you come back to the home screen of the official website, and then there is a tab called registration status or ETA download. So you click on that, and then here, as I mentioned previously in this video, please do make sure that you note down the temporary registration file number, and that is what you have to give here, and then give your passport number and fill in the captcha and click submit, and your temporary ETA will get downloaded. If you want to know how that looks like, I'll just show you a pro forma official application that is in the website itself. So Your temporary ETA will look something like this. There will be a photograph, whatever you have uploaded, and all the details you previously gave will appear here, and this will be your temporary ETA. Step number 2, police verification. I don't think this is a standard practice across our country, because all the research we did prior to submitting our own application, nobody or nowhere it is said that the actual police verification will happen. But given that we'll be heading to Pakistan, it only makes sense that this step is also important. It wasn't very difficult. They asked us for some documents which most of us should already have. So here's the list. They asked us for passport, Aadhaar, PAN, voter ID, electricity bill, the latest month electricity bill, rental agreement in case you are staying in a rented place, marriage certificate if your spouse is also traveling with you. Obviously her passport address will be different from your passport address, so the marriage certificate comes in handy. Two passport size photographs and witness signatures. So you need to bring two of your neighbors to police station, or otherwise the police may come to your house and then they'll ask two of your neighbors to sign as witnesses. Make sure that you take photocopies of all these documents and give it to the police, who will then consider your application and process it further. Also, another important point to notice that this step is not recorded in the online portal, so you won't know what has happened. So we were under confusion whether the police who we met had he processed it further or not, so we had to just wait and watch. Step number 3, final ETA. This usually comes 4 to 5 days prior to your date of travel, and nowhere in the portal it gets updated as to what is the current status, whether we'll get through or not. So we too were under confusion for almost 10 days. We did get it finally, and given that the total limit of people who can go there on a day is 5,000, it's highly likely that your application will go through unless there is some screw up in the documents. And make sure that you have a backup plan just in case it gets rejected, because Kartarpur is a far place, and we need to make prior travel plans to even reach Amritsar. So that's all in this video. You can click on the related links here so that you can see our experience when we actually went to Kartarpur Sahib in Pakistan. If you like this video, please do like it and subscribe to our channel for more finance and travel related videos. And if you have any more questions relating to application, please do leave a comment and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Wish you a happy pilgrimage to Kartarpur Sahib, Pakistan.